Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Astro Reels. As you know, these readings are timeless and signless. So that means you don't have to have any significant natal placements in the sign of Scorpio for this reading to be for you, and you don't have to be watching at the time that this reading is published for it to have messages for you. If it's found its way to you and you just feel called, then there are likely some messages here. Of course, use your own discernment, capital D, right? If you'd like to work more personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. All of my information is on my business site on my Etsy page. All right, let's jump in. Yay! All right, Scorporinos. Oh, whoa. Wow, Scorpio. Trying to shuffle, but it's like, no, I refuse to be heard. So something is going on here, 44 minutes for you, Scorpio. There's something in your life, or whoever you are, I'm just saying Scorpio, right? But whoever you are, Scorpioninos, there's something in your life where it's almost like you feel that you have to, it's the principle of it. I have to let my side be known, right? That's very, very interesting. So maybe, now it's interesting that you would have this. It feels almost like a saga, the ending of a saga. And this makes sense because we are all getting together right now, 1 minute, 11 seconds, to have this mass shifting, this grand shifting. And we know this because we're going through full moon right now. Then we're heading right into the Lionsgate portal. Some of you may be so sensitive to energy that you've been feeling this portalinos for like weeks already coming up. And you know, this is where we are, and coming off of the 7-7 portal as well. So we're in it, guys. We are in it right now, and I'm so thankful to be in it with you. I just, you know, my heart stirred for a second there. We're in it together. We're learning, growing, you know, keeping up with each other together. We're classmates in many ways. So it's my pleasure to kind of give in whatever way I can to assist. And believe it or not, you assist me as well. So I do want to say though, I'm getting Capricorn energies as well. So maybe there's some Capricornians energies that this relates to as well. Or some of you watching may have Capricorn, or maybe there's saying a gift coming in. Oh, that is good. Maybe there's some merit in the Capricorn video that is to come. Right now, this is a Scorpio. So what's that? So yeah, and 2 more readings. So maybe check that out. But either way, Scorpio, it almost feels like, yeah, things are ending right now, but I want to thank you almost like for your service. So it's kind of like this energy coming in that you, the viewer or somebody in your life kind of wants to say, well, it wasn't all bad, right? Well, was it? Just kidding. It wasn't all bad. So as we're all creating our endings and whatnot for ourselves, there's the new beginning, right? It's almost like wanting to look back, not to go backward, but just to, and look, moving forward, not to go backward, but just to kind of acknowledge where we've been before kind of putting an end to things, right? And that's beautiful. Look at this. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. Oh, okay, not gonna cry. No tears. No tears, but these are a lot of new beginnings. Lots and lots of new beginnings, and it's like moving on to the next realm. And some of you are already on the next realm, and it's just occurred to you now as things are wrapping up deep within the energy field, that like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, look at my throat's getting caught. It's getting caught. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to move on, right? So it's interesting. So it's almost like before, maybe there were squiggly lines. You didn't know where you were going. You didn't know what was happening. And it's very common that we get lost. We get lost along our journey, or we have the experience of being lost. But it's not necessarily that we're lost. It's just that we can't rightfully see everything that's going on at the time. And so in that doing, sometimes we kind of gravitate towards people. But sometimes it's not necessarily meant that you would continue on with those people or that you're supposed to or whatnot, but there's still something sweet in that energy for the idea like, oh, well, you know, you were there, right? The nurturing, right? So it's kind of like I don't even want to say bittersweet goodbye, because this could have already played out in the physical, like already goodbye's already done, because we see people going separate ways, right? But in the middle, there's this like, oh, thank you, right? And we see new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. followed by a not, kind of like just a decision not to engage. So you may ask, why is this coming up right now? If you are watching this and it's referring to you. For somebody here, this could be about a job. Obviously, this is a lot of relationship stuff, but doesn't have to be romantic. But for someone here, I'm getting it could have been about a job. A job came up, and maybe you're turning it down now, or just maybe there's a job featuring here. Whatever. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. And for whatever it's worth, it feels a little bit like let me feel into it for a second. It's interesting because it's like it's for the best, and I'm feeling the energy, so I'm trying not to lose it here. Sorry guys, I don't know if anyone else is feeling it, but it's like a little bit of an interdimensional thing. But anyway, so it's pretty much about having a direction that was needed and finally getting there, but having had to go through a lot of grief to get there. So you might wonder, well, why is this all coming up right now? I'm wondering, why is this all coming up right now? But I'm actually not really wondering it, because I know the answer. And the answer is the energies are healing. Now, when we talk about energies healing, again, you and someone else may have already been parted for a while, right? And look at this card. It's like pretty much similar. You may have already parted for a while, and you may not even, this person may be on and with somebody else already, or you are, but it's like this is resurfacing because the resonance, the energies that were still kind of in each other's fields are leaving. Okay, so whew, that's strong. So funny. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at this again. So on one side, we've got energies already out. We see the World card showing the ending, successful ending. This is actually a really good reading. It's just really stressful to read. And look at the topic, so no wonder. Anyway. But the lesson that you want to take away from this story is that you want to make sure that you, because I feel like you, the viewer, may be on this side, right? So you want to make sure that you are, let's see, that you're complete, is what I'm saying. Make sure that you're complete with this, because on the one side, there's completion. And the whole thing is complete. But the energies of grief are what are being pulled out. So some of you may actually have been having a lot of heart healing going on. Oof. Oh, I hate doing readings without a pause button. But anyway, hold on. Let me take a breath. I'm back. Wow, I know this is probably going to hit a lot of twin flamies in the community, if or people, false twin flames, or just whoever, right? But or past life connections, right? But anyway, my point is, you want to make sure that you're allowing these energies to be released as well. So it's like letting go. This doesn't only have to be romantic based, and it really is just about releasing connections with people, but really from a deep energetic standpoint. So again, even though you thought this was over, like, oh my god, we're both married now with other people and with kids, and why is this coming up? And so I've had clients reach out and they're like, well, why is this coming up right now? I thought like I was done with my ex-boyfriend. Or, well, right now, as we're going through the process of clearing, it's all the stuff that you've still been carrying around on a mental level where there wasn't clarity in the heart space, where there wasn't, love or just whatever, and where there's a lot of grief that you chose not to look at. It's like needing to be cleared out. And the takeaways, you want to make sure that you are creating the conditions for yourself to move forward. So if you still find yourself being called back to any specific people in your life or situations in your life that actually bring you grief and pain, that's the moment you have to ask yourself, why am I still, look at that, guys, they are not messing around. Why am I still keeping this alive? Look at this. It is what it is. Feeling the world. The world. This is the ending card. Wow, look right on top of the 10 of Swords. Literally the ending of a very painful cycle. So no wonder it feels very deep. It's very deep work here. So it is what it is. This is a sobering situation is what's coming through, okay? Boop. Quieting the mind. So yeah, this feels, great big love. So this feels like it has to do shining through. Oh, that's the portal, right? We're going through, right? 11 minutes, 22 seconds. But it feels like it feels very much like on the mental level. So maybe this is about getting closure. It's about getting closure on something that maybe, was abrupt is what I'm getting. Maybe something you couldn't come to terms with, something you couldn't understand. Grief, okay? It's grief energy, just releasing it. And understanding that love is existing in all forms. And it doesn't have to, it's because it's an energy, so it can come through any form. It doesn't have to come through that one specific form, right? Especially if you've come into contact with someone from your past, like a past lifetime that maybe it meant something or you thought it meant something, and now it's established in your mind as having this significance, and then you're struggling to get past that today, and they're like, these are connecting to forms and staying stuck in forms. And so form meaning people, places, things, situations, ideas that are very specific. Instead, remember, love is everywhere, and it comes through anything. Really, really could come through another person. It could come through your passion. It could come through creative projects. It could come like in the middle of a camping trip when you're out and you're just feeling at one with the universe. But either way, regardless of where you find yourself in this video and whether you're going through it energetically, because the energy here is speaking to the grief, and a lot of us carry grief in our heart that we are really kind of like seeing come up to the surface, which is good. It's very, very good, so that we can move on with our lives and move forward. And it's all why, because we're going through this transformation. But your job is to keep the mind out of the limerances, out of the longing and the yearning and the pining and the chasing and the wondering and the all of this. Just let it go and just see it for what it is. It's not here, and that's for a reason. And again, I hate to say it, but a lot of times when people come to my readings and they want to find out about it, not all the time, but they want to find out about a person, they may get the love reading, love it, and they're just so in love with this person, and when I see it, the energy of the person is just not there, right? And then the details start coming out. Oh, well, we're not talking, and like, yeah, because the energy's no longer there. But the last thing I want to say, to keep this under 15 minutes, is that these other energies that are departing are coming through to say thank you and to acknowledge the connection that was, because you guys did come together for a time, maybe not for what you thought it was going to be, and maybe not for what they thought it was going to be, but it came through for a reason, and now it's time to release. And it's all love. Like, I could feel it. It's not like, I hate you. Because you guys know me, I'd let you know right away about the energies I'm feeling. It's not that at all. But we see the ending, new beginning over there, going through the portal. This is a done deal. Okay? God bless you guys. If you know where to find me. Bye.